Dirks introduced into the Tigers menu. See, it's called synergy.
Yeah.
Andy Dirks, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. Doing great. Ready to get some spicy flaming hot Cheetos in my mouth at the game later on today.
Section
Right.
217, baby. We were talking about it earlier, Andy, and getting ready for the game today. And there's a new food item that we believe is inspired by your social media post and then our subsequent conversation here on the show. All about the flaming hot Cheetos, man.
I think it was definitely the combo of us that kind of got, Delaware North thinking about what they want to do. To say it goes well with the Tigers would be an understatement.
Right.
Just some people are better at putting those pieces together, a.k.a. Andy and you, than others.
So why don't they call it the Andy Dirks dog? Call it a Dirks dog.
Well, there's
Just roll it out
copyright.
there.
There's a lot of copyright issues with that.
Oh, you have people?
I have people. I got the list. I have, the consultants on top of consultants and attorneys on retainer, a.k.a. Megan Dirks, my wife. You don't want to mess with her.
No.
Right?
And then my 4 consultants, Deacon, Madison, Jack, and Palmer, I let them loose on you. Watch out.
So, boy,
Wrestling is on.
you went on. Little Silverdome action, WWE there. Okay, so, Andy, the game today, obviously, first home game in 10 years playoff game. And I heard A.J. Hinch talking about this, that the players are starting to understand the scope of this. Is that nerves or just respect for what it means to the city of Detroit?
Probably both.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be nerves. There's no way. It's impossible to just be like, no, we're not going to be nervous at all. We're not going to be anxious. We're not going to be thinking about it. We're just going to go out there and be robots because players aren't robots, right? And with that, it's coming to the conclusion of this is a really good thing. What we're doing and what we've been a part of is a really good thing. It's not something to be afraid of. It's something to enjoy and to go out and be excited for, right? And I think that's the difference for a lot of people. Some people can kind of get paralyzed into that fear element of the big situation, and other people realize, man, this is just going to be an awesome ride. Let's go get after it and have some fun. And, of course, we're going to be nervous, but everybody else is nervous, so who really gives a crap? Let's go.
Love it. Love it. It's that vibe.
Well, and that's something that Jim and I were actually talking about off air earlier this morning, Andy, was by being the underdog, you don't really have anything to prove. So at least hopefully that pressure is lessened.
Oh, it's all on Cleveland, isn't it? Cleveland it's all on the Guardians, isn't it?
Oh yeah, if you lose to this ragtag crew, you're looking bad. Right? That's just the reality of the situation. But with that said, it still doesn't mean that the Tigers got some players now. These guys were kind of sneaking under the radar for a while, but some of these bullpen guys and they've been putting up good numbers for a while. Now it's kind of it's expected more so. You get Will Vest and Bo Brisky out there, you just expect they're going to dominate. You get Tyler Holton out there, you just expect he's going to throw up a 0, and that's kind of becoming the norm. So I think that can add a little bit of pressure to some players as well. It's not like they haven't been performing all year. A lot of these guys, it's some of these guys have ridiculous numbers, but to continue to do it in the postseason, Holton got beat up a little bit in his last open. It's how does he respond to that? I think he'll respond well. He's proven it, but hopefully he does.
Kerry Carpenter, I don't know how many people know the backstory. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, 19th round pick, lost his dad when he was young. This kid worked his way, was working at a Lowe's or something when he was in the minor leagues, just trying to get up there. This guy is the most baseball story that I've heard, and just a motivating person for anyone who loves the sport.
No, yeah, he was, you remember, who was it? Kurt Warner, the quarterback.
Yeah.
He was bagging groceries. Kerry was in 2020 working at Dick's Sporting Goods.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then he kind of had an epiphany in the minor leagues, and he said, you know what? I'm going to have to learn to drive the ball and do damage if I'm going to be able to make it, right? And he said, kind of enough with all the other thoughts. Let's just learn to do damage. He's a big man of faith too. I know his faith has played keeping him kind of through those lower times in his life. But he's one of those guys you root for sure because he's the underdog, which is what this team is all about. And that's why everybody in the entire United States and globe, people in China as well, I would assume. If you don't like this story, you're not anybody. But it's like everybody versus the town of Cleveland, right? So really, Cleveland's the one that should feel like everybody's against them. And I hope they do feel that way tonight. And I hope they are really nervous. I hope they play really bad between me and you.
Well, they
Don't
certainly.
tell anybody else that said that.
No, nobody. Nobody tell anyone.
It's our
that.
secret.
Yeah.
Certainly, I think there was a shakeup for Cleveland with, the Emmanuel Clase. He gave up, three runs in the last 44 innings that he pitched.
Oh,
then
he was. I'm sorry, Don. He was the other guy that they were talking about. Like he was going to be. He should get the Cy Young, not Skubal. There were Cleveland fans saying that. Well, that went out with the garbage, didn't it?
Backfire.
Yeah.
It was a rough game for him. And I think, Andy, what do you think the effect of that is for like the mental determination of the Tigers hitters then going into this first home game tonight?
Yeah, baseball's a game where you can't really there's going to be days where it just doesn't go right, and it doesn't matter who you are, how good you are. You can be the best on the planet and get beat by the worst on the planet in any given day. So every baseball player knows Cleveland, all the players on Cleveland's team and the Tigers team know that I might have got him today, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get him tomorrow type of situation. And oh yeah, they got us yesterday, but that doesn't mean they're going to get us today. The first game they got beat 7-0. It's and it's baseball. That happens. So I don't really think that as far as momentum goes, I think going back home with a series tied gives momentum to the Tigers. As a whole, I think player specific, is Clase getting beat up or whatever, going to affect Cleveland? I don't think so. Does it give a morale boost to the Tigers? I don't think so, because I don't think they need a morale boost because they've done it against every back-end leverage guy in the league now at this point.
Well,
I mean, these guys just dominate back-end bullpen guys. I've never seen anything like it.
enjoy the day, man. And 217, man, I know you'll be eating the Andy Dirks dog today. I'm calling it that. I don't care what they put name on it. It's the Andy Dirks dog with the Flamin' Hot Cheetos on it, dude. This is totally a thing.
Yeah, it should be a thing. Flamin' Hot Cheetos are awesome.
All right. We'll talk to your lawyer wife, and we'll get all this sorted out, okay?
Right.
All right, we'll do.
All right. Andy, all
Thanks,
the best,
guys.
man. We'll talk to you soon. Later. Andy Dirks.
Such a cool guy, man.
I wish he was more passionate. That's, we could get a little more
Honestly.
energy out of him. 3 o'clock today, stop by the Elwood before the game. We'll be down there starting at 11.
Yes.
Yep. It's Big Jim's house, CSX.